On the same line, what is the worst management advice you got in your life?
Okay. So I kind of talked about this a little bit. I don't know if I talked about this, but basically, this idea that software engineering is kind of like a factory job, right? That hey, we're here
Uh,
and we're going to get like our little task. We're going to do our little task. We're going to hand it off. We're going to get the next task. We're going to do that. And there's no room for creativity, right? Like we're just doing the task and handing it off because that's our job. I mean, it's like an assembly line, and so we're just part of that assembly line, and we're handing it off to someone else to assemble the other parts, and that's just not what it is at all. I mean, it's an incredibly high leverage sort of activity, and like I said with some of the other questions you asked, it basically like if you keep your eyes open, the task might be able to be done in 2 hours or it could be done in 2 months, and you only know that because you're in the code. And so I think this is like an incredible, it's a massive advantage you have being in the code all of the time, because most of the people that you partner with and you talk to regularly will not be in the code all of the time. And so if you think it's just some factory job where you get the task and then you pump it out on the other end, then you're never going to have any leverage. You're never going to compound your knowledge and be able to do these things much quicker, and all of those things basically lead to you becoming an amazing engineer and sort of a compounding force for your team and your company. And so I basically felt like that advice that like, hey, this is just like a factory job was terrible advice. And in my gut, I knew, and I was pretty junior back then, but in my gut, I knew it was bad advice, because I saw the work I was doing. I was like, this doesn't feel like factory to me.
I remember there was a book written, I think somebody from Microsoft, and the book name was called Software
Uh-huh.
Factories. And when I saw the title, I felt the same way as you felt. Like, no, this is not a factory job. It's a lot of creativity there, and you cannot treat the software as a, uh, manual work as
It's
such.
not right because you
It's
think
very
about
different.
manual work a little bit, right? You think about somebody that's building a wall, and I love that brick. You build the wall brick by brick kind of metaphor, right? That Will Smith uses. I love that. But
Right.
but someone can only build a wall so fast. Basically, you can only lay the bricks so fast. But
Right.
when you're writing a book or when you're building software, I mean, one person could take and it's not just about speed. I mean, it's about defects. It's about all of it. It's about how impactful the thing is, how fast it is. It's about all of those things, right? And so basically, they're nothing alike. And so I think that's really really
Right.
I think this is kind of like the industry. This is no longer the way they used to think like that. I think years ago. I think now, most of the industry has accepted that this is knowledge work. This is incredibly high leverage, and so
Right.
I don't know too many places treating developers like factory employees. And if they are, they're probably going to lose them very soon because the market's going crazy. So
True.
yeah.
True, true, true. So, Louis, I have last question is about failures, because people, when we see somebody from outside, we see only the success, the shiny part of someone, and this beautiful journey that you climb from working in a restaurant to a senior director in a very big company, but people don't know what you go through in between. So I would like to know